there she goes, Carmen, not the movie, not the opera, but the human being. There she goes, ain't she the picture of a real life star? You wanna follow her, whoever you are, and there she goes. She's passing you. You better hurry if you wanna look. Maybe you'll get her in your autograph book. She's passing you. Reach out to touch, don't be shy. There ain't no reason to be scared. No, it's too much, I can't look her in the eye. No, I'm not prepared. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. You guys have been so wonderful to me. I don't know how to thank you enough. And thank you to God for making me so fantastic. I'm on top of the charts. I'm on top in their hearts. Look at them all. Look at the crowd. Everything is beautiful up here in the clouds. Voy a vivir para siempre. Voy a llegar a volar. Estrella en todo el cielo y que empezará a brillar. A volar. Mira, quiero volar. Look at me and tell me what you see. You ain't seen the best of me yet.
the Arts. New Hope School of the Arts.
And welcome to York College and to the Waldner Performing Arts Center. I happen to be George Waldner. We're very happy to host the State of the City program and address by Mayor Bracey today. And York College is pleased to have many partnerships with the City of York and its citizens. And I thought as my welcome, I might mention a few of the ways in which York College partners with the City of York. We are the principal sponsors of the Satellite Police Station, which is located at the intersection of Jackson and Jessup Streets in what used to be a fire hall. And we've sponsored that police outpost for a number of years. We also make direct payments in lieu of taxes, contributions, voluntary contributions in lieu of taxes to both the City of York and the City School District every year. And then getting back to Jackson Street, we sponsor a large item pickup, 2 large item pickups a year, because every December and particularly in May, students are vacating apartments along Jackson Street, and so we arrange for the local waste hauler to do additional large item pickups. Our biggest partnership, though, comes in the form of scholarships. You may not be aware, but there's something called the York College Opportunity Scholarship Program, which is a talent identification program at William Penn High School, identifying 8, 9, 10 students a year who intend to go to college and who have said that they're interested in making their careers in York. And we bring those students to the campus in the summertime for extra instruction in math and English, and also career exploration activities. You may know that York Country Day School is part of York College of Pennsylvania. And every year we provide nearly $300,000 in scholarship support to York City residents so that they can attend the region's premier college preparatory school. You may not be aware that our nursing department operates 7 nurse-managed preventive care centers for low-income elderly in the city of York, and they've been involved in that project for over 5 years. If you total up the cash and scholarship and nurse-managed center support, York College's partnership with the City of York runs north of $2 million a year. And the biggest of those programs is the York Opportunity Scholarship Program, which has now been in existence for over 25 years. But to me, the showstopper is the volunteer service provided by York College students, student groups and organizations which focus mainly on social needs in the city of York. And our student groups provide over 20,000 volunteer hours per year to organizations and to elder care facilities. We do a free tax preparation program. We do programs to promote shopping in downtown York and so on. And we're happy to help. And so it's great to have you here, and we look forward to the State of the City program and to Mayor Bracey's address. Thank you.
Everyone, please rise.
Order, arm. Present, arm. Order, arm. Left, base. Order, arm.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Darrell Otterson. I'm the president and CEO of the York County Economic Alliance, and I want to welcome all of you to the State of the City address. We're very happy and looking forward to a terrific presentation from our beloved mayor this evening. And of course, we have a number of other issues that we want to get through before we bring on the program. I do want to tell you a little bit about who the York County Economic Alliance is, and we're very pleased to be sponsoring this event this evening, along with some of our other guests. The Economic Alliance, about 16 months ago, came into existence as a result of the merger of the former York County Chamber of Commerce and the York County Economic Development Corporation. Now, we have a separate advisory board that works with us. It's known as our Business Advocacy Council, and they provide us critical advisory support and research as it pertains to issues of advocacy that are critical not only to our membership, but to our community here. And I also wanted to share with you a little bit about how that group works with the board of the Economic Alliance in terms of bringing forth advocacy positions, policy positions, things that are going to improve our community as a whole. We're committed to being tremendous partners with the city. We know that we have challenges in our city, but we have a great city here. We just spent the last 2 days promoting our community to international guests from around the world, and we know that this, if no one else is going to promote our city, that we're the ones that have to do it, and no one's going to do it for us. So we're standing here steadfast, arm in arm with our mayor, and we're supporting their efforts, and we pledge our partnership to the city administration. I also want to thank some of our sponsors that are here with us this evening. Our presenting sponsor is Stock & Leader, Attorneys at Law. Our bronze sponsor is C.S. Davidson Incorporated. And we have two premier sponsors, Bailey Coach and Johnson, Mirmoran and Thompson Incorporated. If you would please join me in thanking our sponsors for this evening. Now, it's indeed my honor to invite Ron Hirschner to say a few words about Stock & Leader.
Thank you, Darrell. It is with the greatest pleasure that Stock & Leader, as a strong supporter of the York County Economic Alliance, sponsors this evening's State of the City by Mayor Bracey. Our law firm recognizes the importance of a vibrant and thriving city, a place that has been our firm's home since the founding of Stock & Leader by McLean Stock and Henry Leader 60 years ago. We are deeply committed to the city of York in many ways. We've had the opportunity to serve our city through our expertise in public finance as we regularly assist the city in tax-exempt financing. Our school law attorneys provide special counsel to the city school district in employment and special education matters. We've counseled the developers of the Kodo projects, as well as many others, in structuring the redevelopment of urban properties into vibrant residential communities through both conventional financing and historic tax credit funding. We hold leadership positions in Downtown Inc., York County Community Foundation, Better York, York Counts, and many others through which we volunteer many hours of our time to the many charitable organizations serving York and its people. We've assisted the York County Heritage Trust and Historic York in the preservation of York's history and its historic buildings. And significantly, 12 years ago, we joined with 11 other businesses to invest $30 million in a brownfield site to create the Susquehanna Commerce Center. Stock & Leader, as general counsel to the York County Economic Alliance and its affiliated entities, York County Industrial Development Authority, the General Authority of South Central Pennsylvania, the York County Hospital Authority, and the Redevelopment Authority of the County of York, is at the heart of every major effort to expand the economic vitality of our city and county. The partners of Stock & Leader can confirm that the state of the city is strong. Great things are happening, and we proudly sponsor this opportunity to bring those great things to public attention. And now, in one of the great ironies of York County, a former farm boy from Crossroads gets to introduce a young man from Felton. It's my pleasure to introduce the York College Student Senate President for the year 2012 to 2013, Kyle Joins.
All right, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the Poet Laureate for the City of York, Ms. Carla Christopher. Carla? Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Trivia question. Does anyone know exactly how big York City is? $10 miles? 15? Very good. 5.3 miles. Close. 5.2 miles of land, 0.1 mile of water. So that's why sometimes you get different answers. I wanted to share something with you tonight. It's called In 5.3 Square Miles. From revolution to Renaissance, we have been there. From Confederate occupation to gang infiltration, we have been there. As whistles sing across 12 miles in Christmas night open air. As music dances through city streets while we welcome in a brand new year. We have all been there. We have built mighty turbines, then watched as through changing times, our triumphant machines went silent. But then we rose up on a roar of steam, paper, metal, and wire, and shouted, "We are still here." We are 44,000 united soldiers against fate. We are the opened door between the East and the West, laying waste to the preconception that tested souls will grow weary. Rather than rest, we as a city have taken up arms made of paintings, computers, cupcakes, and motorcycles. We are taking to the streets with guitars in our hands. And we are howling, triumphant, against the grain. Despite the rain, doubt being slain by our unyielding spirits, we carry banners that proclaim we are still here. We are 10,000 families. We are hundreds of storefronts, craftspeople, and artists, and in 5.3 miles, we have built a world. Continue with me. Grab my outstretched hand and raise it high with Mayor Bracey, with councilmen and women, with law enforcement, and with those teaching. With those preaching and building and rebuilding, those singing, designing, healing, and manufacturing, those farming, and those in homes nurturing. Together, we are York City. And together, we may stand without fear and proclaim victorious before the entire world that come what may, we are still and will always be here.
All right, I am very fortunate to have the opportunity to introduce Mayor C. Kim Bracey. She is an incredibly busy woman who has spent her first 3.5 years as the mayor of York City working arduously to improve the lives of her constituents. As the mayor, she has fought to revitalize the city through increased federal and state grant money. She has overseen millions of dollars of redevelopment and job creation. And she has initiated the establishment of programs that are meant to help the city of York and all of its citizens. Additionally, as the first African-American mayor of the city, she is a pioneer. But more importantly, she is a staunch advocate for the city she has called home for most of her life. Mayor Bracey has taken local leadership to a national level through her involvement with the U.S. Conference of Mayors and the National League of Cities. As a citizen, she has served her community and country honorably, serving in the United States Air Force and earning medals of distinction. She has volunteered and served on several boards or organizations, such as York Hospital and Martin Library, to name a few, as well as being an active member of her church, even serving as her church treasurer. And perhaps above all else, she is a devoted mother and grandmother. In a day and age where our cynicism towards partisan politics and inflexible politicians has reached an all-time high, she is a ray of light. Her constant endeavors to unify, create, and serve, coupled with her respectful and diplomatic leadership style, makes her the epitome of what all politicians should be. It is my privilege, therefore, to introduce the Honorable York City Mayor, C. Kim Bracey.
Thank you, Kyle. Good evening, all. Thank you, Kyle. No pressure. Wow. Wow. That was pretty awesome. Good evening, everyone. Wow. Congressman Perry, state representatives, county commissioners, Chronister, Hoke, and Raleigh, city council members, city controller, our city treasurer, York College president, Dr. George Waldner, incoming president, Pamela Gunter-Smith, city directors, city frontline staff, members of city boards and authorities, friends and guests. I am honored to join you in York's Cathedral of Learning, York College of Pennsylvania. I particularly am honored to join you in the newly christened Waldner Performing Arts Center. I want to thank the members of my cabinet, Business Administrator Michael O'Rourke, Public Works Director Jim Gross, Economic and Community Development Director Kevin Schreiber, Police Chief Wes Kelly, Deputy Fire Chief Halpin, who is here in the absence of David Michaels. Gentlemen, I know that at times I can be a bit demanding. You don't have to comment. I also know that at times I expect the commitments and the results, and you guys deliver fully. I may not say it enough. You have served all of our people with distinction and flying colors. Thank you for your steady, stable leadership. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I also want to thank all of our city workers who have persevered through challenging times to serve our people with devotion and care. Friends, since I last addressed you, we've lost 5 giants that I want to mention tonight in our York. Former Mayor Betty Marshall, City Councilwoman Joanne Borders, Civil Rights Leader Dory Leader, visionary philanthropist and entrepreneur Arthur Gladfelder, and city resident, neighborhood leader, and gun control advocate Noreen Freeland. Tonight, we reserve 5 empty seats to honor them and all Yorkers whom we've lost over the last year. Sadly, we learned of another great giant's passing just on today, that of former Governor George Leader. Please join me in a moment of silence for these and all the magnificent Yorkers who we lost this past year. Thank you. The future looks bright because of their living legacies. Thank you, God. Please bless them in eternity. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to address you here at one of the great emerging colleges of the Northeast and one of the nation's best kept secrets, York College of Pennsylvania, whose origins trace back to 1776 on North Beaver Street in the heart of our city. Just as York College relentlessly has pursued The objective is strategic plans updated every 5 years, and I believe Dr. Waldner would confirm that. Your city government, with a host of partners, has stayed true to its own strategic plan while achieving our administration's main goals. As promised, we launched our Fiscal Freedom and Stability campaign to educate stakeholders and the public about the peculiar problems imposed by the state that stress third-class cities like York. I deeply share our people's concern about stabilizing property taxes and creating a fairer tax environment that is fertile for home ownership, stability, reinvestment, and growth. As part of Fiscal Freedom's inside game, if you will, doing all that we can with the resources that we have, we made changes at all city departments that have resulted in real savings of over $600,000 per year. Tightening belts can be difficult, but mainly by attrition, we reduced the number of city employees by 32, a workforce reduction of nearly 10%. We have increased efficiencies and will continue to do more with less. We held the line on municipal property taxes for 2013, and we are on track to do the same for 2014. Paid for by the state and drafted in 2006, some of you may recall, because we then did an update in 2011 by experts from Public Financial Management, we've created a 5-year financial plan for the first time in our city's recent history. And under my watch, we will continue to do so. Thank you. Led by City Councilman, Vice President Henry Nixon and Mantech CEO John Lloyd, our Emboldened Fair Share Initiative Task Force asked tax-exempt properties owners to pay 25% of what their municipal taxes would be. Each owner of tax-exempt property receives my annual solicitation letter seeking a fair share contribution. The letter this year that I authored was signed by all 5 current city council members, past presidents of council, Mary Ann Backus and Genevieve Ray, joined by civic stakeholders such as Louis Appel, Tony Campisi, Bob Pulo, Joe Wagman, Jenny Zimmerman, for also signing on to this campaign and being a part of asking for a contribution. I thank them all for soliciting contributions as part of our committee to solicit contributions. But it gets better. Because of their support, we collected $460,000 with $320,000 coming from WellSpan alone. This is the highest annual payment in lieu of taxes ever collected. And if most of you know me, I got lofty goals. Our next goal for 2013 is $1 million of collection, and we can do it. We can do it with your help. So we're going to work towards that end. We also doubled down on efforts to recoup unpaid sewer and refuse fees, bringing in more than $1.7 million in new revenue based on payment plans. I agree that the decision to shut off water and collect delinquent accounts was long overdue, and we all know that. That's why I proceeded just after 1 year in office of beginning the collection process. Collectively, these efforts have led to savings in new revenue in excess of $2.5 million, and that is equivalent to almost 3 mills of taxes, and that is significant for city residents. A strong hub makes for healthy spokes, and as Metro York, we are all in this together. Just as no man or woman is an island, no York County municipality is an island. To buck Pennsylvania's fragmented, frozen in time, horse and buggy system of government, under my watch, our city builds upon smartly sharing services, such as providing professional fire services to North York Borough. With respect, goodwill, and a calculator at the ready, we will build on existing relationships for real results and savings. As part of Fiscal Freedom's outside game, working with a host of cities and chambers of commerce, we have urged our General Assembly to reform outdated and costly pension and binding arbitration laws. Finally, we urged our state legislature to pass meaningful property tax reform, and local options legislation that allows our core communities to right their financial ship and chart our own bright future. As I committed to the Springdale Neighborhood Association a couple weeks ago, tonight I extend an invitation to our county elected delegation to attend an upcoming meeting with our residents to discuss property tax concerns and reform. Despite the best efforts of the over 50 third-class cities throughout Pennsylvania, game-changing tax reform can only come from Harrisburg. Folks, I will never tire of advocating for our people, but our state leaders might be getting a little tired of just hearing from me. We need them to hear straight from you. So I ask you to join me in that effort. Thank you. True to our Job One customer service initiative, our frontline and staff employees have undergone extensive training with Professional Edge to deliver responsive, courteous, and convenient service to our customers. We have instituted a 24-hour response time policy for phone calls. The importance of quality customer service has been incorporated in even our application interview process and new hire orientations. We streamline our review, permitting, and inspection process, and we've adopted a no change of use, no certificate of occupancy needed process to lessen the burden and cost of startups, which make it easier for small businesses to open and get going in our city. We've implemented a residential walkout permit process to make it easy for rehabbers to quickly get to their residential work permit and get their major house improvements done over the weekend. So let me reiterate that. A resident can walk in on a Friday, apply for a permit, and then leave with that permit. Folks, that is a first of its kind in our city, and we are very proud of being able to offer that to our citizens. We also know that convenient parking, the P word that I hate, is part of good customer service. As promised, we've introduced a smart meter pilot program at no cost near Central Market. The program has been a success, and downtown soon will sport more smart meters. And finally, we were able to help keep the U.S. Post Office downtown and closer to Continental Square. That's huge. We supported their move to a remodel building on West Market Street, and that move in turn complements our strategic plan to really rejuvenate that block, getting our own physical houses in order. So since day one of our administration, we have worked hard to get the city's many houses in order with class and dignity for better customer service for the 21st century. That is the heart of government. Customer service friendly with 155 parking spaces and without a net cost to city taxpayers, your new City Hall on South George Street is open for business. The move was the smart and right thing to do as it permanently eliminated a costly annual rent payment of $150,000. So the verdict is in. Our people deserve their new City Hall, and our people like their new City Hall. In 2013, thanks to a $5 million state grant and $600,000 donation from WellSpan, we will convert the former City Hall into a modern, customer service-friendly police headquarters, which will be worthy of accreditation. Both major upgrades, which will serve our citizens for generations to come, have been done at no cost to city taxpayers. We also secured over $4 million in grants to make big, major improvements to our cherished Central Market and Farmers Markets, and to construct the Market View Arts Center. Those who remember the glory days, if you will, of Central Market in the 1950s, have raved about the market's new lighting, sight lines, and overall appearance. Today, Central Market has 54 vendors, more than at any time in recent memory. Central Market's recently hosted its first wedding as well, and will be hosting more unique venues as that. Happy birthday, by the way, to Central Market, 125 years and counting. Last year, we announced that improving traffic flow and convenience on Market Street from City Line to City Line would be a priority. We follow through for you. A PennDOT grant for nearly $180,000 will be used for comprehensive signal improvement along our two major corridors, Market Street and George Street. By 2014, we will synchronize these lights on our major arteries, right, Jim, to improve mobility and convenience. Another priority is to mill and pave Market Street from City Line to City Line by 2015. And tonight, I'm happy to report that York Area Metropolitan Planning Organization has approved funding through PennDOT for $2.8 million for the milling and paving of Market Street in its plan. Salem Square transformation has also helped us stay in our neighborhoods as well. Our neighborhoods give rise to the next generation of our city leaders. As such, we continue to work block by block to improve and strengthen our historic neighborhoods. A holistic approach to neighborhood revitalization works. This approach includes neighborhood policing, blight remediation, physical design, and better lighting. Through grants and leveraged resources, in Salem Square alone, we have invested more than $5 million in new streetlights, sidewalks, blight removal, and 16 new owner-occupied homes. Salem Square's new $75,000 facade improvement program is also now underway. We partner with Salem Square Neighborhood Association and Habitat for Humanity to repair mailboxes and paint siding, fix the rain spouts, and make other upgrades. And to keep crime out of alleyways and the passageways between homes, the collaborative Gates project installed 290 locking wrought iron gates in front of breezeways in the Salem Square area and in other neighborhoods as well. These gates add dignity and charm while blocking the bad guys from supplying their trade in the Salem Square neighborhood. In that neighborhood alone, crime is down by 22% just since last year. We're very proud of that. As part of our Zero Tolerance for Blight campaign, we strategically acquired blighted, vacant, and nuisance structures as well to transition them into assets. We condemned a fire-damaged home on Kings Mill Road and sold it to be renovated. The long-time abandoned 515 Linden Avenue will now be deconverted into a single-family home to complement the Lady Linden Bed and Breakfast at 505. And what was 5 blighted abandoned property are now 4 new Habitat for Humanity homes. Homeowners and homes paying taxes and achieving the American dream, where there was once blight and abandonment. Folks, it's nitty-gritty work, but it's working and it's getting done. Our blight campaign also included acquiring 2 watering holes that saw their share of problems, a former social club on East Princess Street and the former Gus's Tavern at West and Princess Street. And tonight, I am proud to announce that as we speak, we are working on crossing our T's and dotting our I's with the state to finalize a $250,000 state grant for adaptive reuse of the Gus's Bar into a financially stable neighborhood resource and community center. We are proud of that grant. Thank you very, very much, team. The West End individuals in the Salem Square area will find our neighborhood policing units there, engaging with residents and making that their home as well. Nearby, the York Housing Authority's Home at Thaxton Park project features 39 new rentals and 4 new owner-occupied homes, and will lead to the demolition of the Cador's homes as well, which will be replaced with new waterfront and a greenway. So we continue. Our Lean, Green, and Serene York campaign, an umbrella of public-private partnerships, encouraging a healthier, cleaner, and greener York, is also making great strides. To cultivating 8 urban farms, and historic high, by the way, to upgrading both of our historic farmers markets, to Seatown Supermarket, a newly full-service grocery store in the city, to an upgraded grocery at this new $7.5 million George Street Commons project, to making York more bike and foot friendly, to seeding small businesses, ventures through our Fresh Foods Fund, to the new Catalassos Family Health Center in the Salem Square, to the new health center along East Princess Street through Emmanuel Church. Together, our York is becoming greener, leaner, and cleaner. Our city youth will be cultivating and learning in their new Hope Street Urban Farm and Learning Lab. The The seed of what was 1 acre RDA-owned parcel is now a blossoming partnership between Lincoln, New Hope, Logos, and William Penn schools. But speaking of access to foods, your downtown is also becoming a restaurant, specialty foods, craft beer, microbrew, and fine wine epicenter. Downtown now features, to name just a few newcomers, Mudhook Brew Pub, Liquid Hero Brewing Company, Holy Hound Tap Room, and soon to come wine bars, Vintage, and the Handsome Cab. I like that name. Downtown York has over 100 restaurants, cafes, market vendors, and food retailers, more than at any time in our recent history. And folks, that is something to be very, very proud of. For the record, these businesses do not just show up at the click of our fingers. They arise from enterprising entrepreneurs, strong investor confidence in our city, and persistence assistance from our city staff. Indeed. Last year, we promised a live and loud future in York. Musicians of the band Live and Native Sons, Chad, Patrick, and their partner Bill Hines are delivering. Think Loud Development is making 210 York Street the state-of-the-art headquarters of United Fiber and Data, adding over 70 new jobs. This $45 million project features a rehearsal and recording studio, apartment suites, and memorabilia storage. Recently, a Grammy Award-winning hip-hop violinist toured the building, and his quote was, "I cannot wait to record in York." In York, we've always had a strong manufacturing tradition. Now we will manufacture creativity and the arts as well. All told, the numbers tell the story, and they don't lie. Over $75 million in development was invested in our city in 2012 alone. $75 million. In 2012, we experienced an extraordinary 273 square feet of new commercial and residential development. For the first time in a half century, our York City is growing as well. From 2000 to 2011, our York grew by 7.3%, from 40,000, roughly 41,000 to 43,000 people. Growth has continued with more residential projects for a broad range of incomes in 2012 and beyond. Employees commuting into our city nearly double our population, about 80,000 on most days. In 2012, 280,000 folks, a 5% increase in per game attendance over 2011, attended the York Revs games at Sovereign Bank Stadium. Better than advertised, the Revolution has averaged 274,000 attendees during 6 great seasons. Over 100,000 attended our city's parades, special events. Over 80,000 people attend performances, events, receptions at the Strand Capitol. Over 48,000 attended the York County Heritage Trust Museum and other trust venues. And Dream Rights, Youth and Family Theater also welcomed 8,800 people. Friends, this is evidence of a thriving physical city and the many houses of our city that today stand united and strong. But we can do better. We can connect our many houses to create a many splendor, unified home. And we'll do that. Just as Jesus said, there is more than enough room in our Father's home. If this were not so, would I have told you that I'm going to prepare a place for you? And so it is with our York. We have many houses that are strong and ready for the future. We also have many dwelling places that are prepared for you in a special way. Many splendor and unified homes. Yes, we have a special place prepared just for you, so you can make a difference and be part of something special as well that is bigger than yourself. From city line to city line, from neighborhood to neighborhood, we are not just getting our physical houses in order, unifying them and connecting the dots. Together, we are connecting our physical assets to our people, our lifeblood institutions like York College, our very soul as citizens, as neighbors and as neighborhoods, and as believers, doers, and partners. Together, we are greater than our sum of our parts. Together, we are making our many houses a unified, many splendor of home of humaneness, equality, and opportunity for all. Even though our city's violent crime rate is down, As a mother, as a grandmother, as a veteran, and as a vocal member of Mayors Against Illegal Guns, and some of my mayors from around the state are here tonight as well too. Thank you all. I believe that each life ended or scarred by illegal guns, drug turf wars, or terrorism is one too many. Citizens, neighborhood associations, faith-based leaders, and your governments must work smarter together to do more to protect innocent victims and our innocence from being destroyed by senseless gun violence. Since day one, we have implemented our intensified community policing strategy, which emphasizes our officers engaging neighbors, faith-based leaders, and neighborhood patriarchs and matriarchs, and vice versa, to take ownership of our neighborhoods. Our neighborhood enforcement units and our Take 30 programs are the meat and potatoes of community policing. Together, we have made considerable progress. We stabilized the number of full-time deployed city officers and strengthened our neighborhood partnerships and patrols. Friends, we now have six neighborhood enforcement units and a historic stable high. And these units provide proactive policing and abatement of nuisance issues in 6 neighborhoods, York College being one of those, downtown being another. Now the first is established in the Parkway neighborhood, a model of excellence that we strive to emulate for other neighborhoods. Our downtown walking and Segway units continue to forge effective partnerships and foster communications. We see it daily with our businesses and residents. 2 of our main officers that are downtown, and 17 other officers are now certified as bike police. Our Segway and bike patrols provide more face-to-face interaction and gather acute observation. We've intensified our Take 30 program, where officers meet the community and learn about issues and concerns directly from neighborhood residents and stakeholders. Hitting the bricks for just 30 minutes during a shift gives officers a closer look, while allowing them to be seen and to earn the trust and respect of the residents. Our officers tallied 4,600 Take 30s in 2012, totaling about 2,300 hours of walking patrols throughout our city. And when residents and police officers work in tandem at being proactive, we not only reduce crime, we build a community of connection, communication, and confidence. Friends, the results are in. Community policing works. Part 1 crimes, the most serious of crimes, murder, rape, aggravated assault, robbery, burglary, are all down. You know, when I came into office 3.5 years ago, I addressed, by request, I gave a keynote address to the Fraternal Order of Police, and I challenged our officers to intensify our community policing strategy. I said that together we can reduce Part 1 crimes to below 2,000 per year. Some thought I was overly ambitious. Some scratched their heads. Some just shook it and was like, oh, another new mayor. Others may have thought that I was flying over the cuckoo's nest. But the results are in, and the facts are stubborn things. During our administration, Part 1 crimes went from 2,652 in 2008 to 2,212 in 2012. That is a 17% decrease. And together, we're on the cusp of getting those down even further. I say, let's do it, let's keep doing it, and let's do it together all the way. Thank you, Chief, for your leadership. In fact, since 2003, we reduced Part 1 crimes by 25%. And overall, crime in our city of York is down 15% since 2003. The verdict is unanimous. Our community policing strategy works. And to get illegal guns off our streets, we're also doing more in that way too. In addition to our anonymous York Tips hotline at 847-4711, we now offer gun drop-off amnesty. Under the amnesty, we promise no asking of names, no judgment, no charge to people who turn in any guns. Recently, a grandfather walked into our police station, and ironically, our police chief was right there. He handed the gun to Chief Kelly, As promised, the chief asked no questions, cast no judgment, didn't record the gentleman's name, simply thanked the grandfather for doing the right thing and took the gun to wherever it will never see light again. Over 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks, with no advertising, one press conference, we've received 12 guns so far. That is 12 guns off the streets of York. That is 12 guns out of our children's hands. That is 12 guns that will not be used to commit a crime. That is 12 guns that will not take a life. Lives and futures are at stake, so let's rid our streets of illegal guns. So we have partnered in building strategic town and gown connections as well that will make York an educational, cultural, and recreational epic center that it is destined to be. Our past is prelude to our future. As York College's physical footprint continues to intertwine with our city, York College's humble origins were seated in downtown York. Within a stone's throw of the original York Academy on North Beaver Street sits the New York Academy, a kindergarten through 8th grade international baccalaureate school. Within a stone's throw of the original York Academy also is York College's new satellite arts program at Market View Arts Center, made possible by a state grant that we secured and developed with our partnership with the York County Industrial Authority. Joining the Strand Capital and York Arts and a host of cluster galleries, boutiques, and studios, Market View Arts is an official Pennsylvania Artist Trail destination featuring impressive working artists and galleries. Further, York College's geographic footprint at its main campus is growing further into the city on Kings Mill Road and Springersbury Avenue. And we have partnered to welcome that growth as well. Tonight, I welcome further partnership with York College to reinvent Jackson Street as a clean, green, and well-illuminated corridor, one with curb appeal, charm, antique-style lighting, and small businesses. We're partnering also with York College's Students in Free Enterprise, or SIFE, to have that help grow our York Business Academy, which trains start-up and existing new businesses. Hack York continues its strong presence in New York City as well throughout in the industrial park area, and is forging a closer relationship with our city school district. As promised last year, to strengthen Penn State's York's appeal, in the 500 block of South Pine Street, the new residences at Ribbon Place opened last month, a $3 million investment in the Memorial Park neighborhood. The 30,000 square foot former warehouse features 22 beautiful market rate apartments. This property complements the nearby lofts at Ribbon Place, a privately owned student apartment complex featuring student housing. 5 new priorities, though, are on the horizon. And tonight, I want to just share those with you as I recap all that we've done in 2012. Thank you again, team, for your help. Knowing that progress must always be on the march, we announced 5 new priorities. First, we will complete the Northwest Triangle, insisting that quality market rate housing density that infuses our downtown with more spending power while expanding residential choices. More city market rate housing and home ownership help to transform a cycle of concentrated poverty into a cycle of progress and promise. To recap, so far, over 9 acres have been acquired and environmentally remediated in the Triangle. 4 acres have been developed into 80,000 square feet of commercial space. 2 acres now are under contract for 100,000 square feet of new market rate housing. Transformative results require fidelity to a bold vision, strategic planning, teamwork, and relentless persistence. We follow through for you on that one. Second, we will continue to strengthen Penn State's York's and the South Side's appeal by improving properties and parcels on South Pine and beyond. Together in 2014, we will transform the former Simon Camera Shop, a contaminated site, mind you, into a $3 million clean and green residential asset. Third, we have engaged a nationally renowned nonprofit art space to survey key post-industrial buildings this year. This year, ArtSpace will deliver a feasibility study determining whether our York can support a live above work arts complex with subsidized housing for qualified artists and artisans. This promises to be the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Our city can be the home of Central Pennsylvania's first ArtSpace project, and we're excited about it and believe we will be. Fourth, we will do everything to partner with York College, its Student Senate, and Students in Free Enterprise, or SIFE, to make the rail trail their safe, illuminated Greenway artery into downtown. We thank SIFE students who have already secured funding and volunteered to paint the red rails along the rail trail from the college to Lafayette Plaza. By strengthening town and gown partnerships, growing the physical footprints of the college, improving the rail trail, improving access to the rail trail, and revolutionizing our waterfront, York can be a thriving college town in the best sense of that phrase. York College, we love you. And to those students about to graduate next week, congratulations. We appreciate you as well, too. Fifth, we have, indeed, they have called York home for 4 years. Fifth, we have a blockbuster announcement, literally a blockbuster announcement. Date night in York City soon will consist of a dinner and a movie, a blockbuster movie. Thanks to the development of over 30,000 square feet of new commercial space anchored by the new Penn Cinema's York Microplex Theater. Developed by Penn Ketchum and straddling our downtown and West End on King Street on the banks of the Codorus, the two-screen theater will feature family-friendly flicks and art house originals. In its so-called heyday, our York used to be the home to several intimate movie theaters, so this won't be a new thing, but it will be a new thing. Together, we will go back to the future. Some of you might already be familiar with Penn Ketchum's. There's kind of more to this, so that's why I kept going there. Some of you might already be familiar with Penn Ketchum's success in creating Penn Cinemas in Delaware and in Lidditz, right across the river. Or you may have seen him on Oprah. Penn, would you please stand so we can recognize you? Penn, thank you so very much for being here. My team and I met with Penn on a couple occasions. I had the pleasure of going to his theater in Lidditz and seeing a blockbuster, Django, I believe I saw over there. So we got some current movies on the board here too. Penn will be available at the post-reception this evening to provide further comment and to show design layouts of this exciting endeavor. Promises made, promises kept. Friends, small, fragile seeds can bear beautiful fruit. In 1777, members of the Second Continental Congress risked life and limb to cross the Susquehanna and forge the nation's first constitution in the heart of our York, in what we now call Continental Square. Their sacrifices chartered a fragile freedom that led to the greatest nation in human history. Their dreams and seeds born and bred in our York revolutionized the world and torched a beacon of hope that has emblazoned millions of hearts and minds here and across the globe. Continental Square is sacred ground in the story of America. And together, and I guess we can call it a sixth priority, if you will, we will reconstitute Continental Square to pay tribute to the birthplace of our nation's first Constitution. We will make your square the dignified, vital, and humanized locus that York County deserves. Yes, indeed, in your hands, small seeds bear beautiful fruit. An impoverished, shy Vermontier with a clubfoot taught classics to young men at the original York Academy, the precursor again to York College in downtown York in 1815 to 1816. His name was Thaddeus Stevens. Years later, Congressman Stevens, known as the Great Commoner for his ardent support of all people born in America, became the most powerful congressman during the Civil War. Stevens was the driving force behind major amendments to our U.S. Constitution that provide freedom, equal protection, and due process for all. When Stevens died, he became only the third person in the history of the United States to lie in state at the Capitol in Washington, D.C. When old Thad was just a young Thad, he got his first start in the heart of York. Yes, small tadpoles can leap over blood-stained hate, subjugation, and prejudice, to leap all of us into the freedom that our founding documents dare to dream. And yes, small seeds can bear beautiful fruit. Consider York College. From humble origins as the York County Academy, where Stevens taught classics on North Beaver Street, and the former York Collegiate Institute at the corner of Duke Street and College Avenue, where Bonnie Grimes' gym is currently, York College moved to its present location in 1969. Today, because of strong, steady leadership, what was once largely a commuter college is now a growing residential college that has carved out its own teaching focus, cost-effective niche in higher education. Enrolling 4,700 full-time students engaged in over 50 majors and specialties, York College is now the 8th largest private college in Pennsylvania. During the last 20-plus years that Dr. Waldner has been at the helm, its physical footprint grew from 60 to 175 acres. Over $250 million in new construction and renovations took place, including this beautiful Waldner's Performing Arts Center. The elders of St. John's Episcopal Church, who in 1776 began what became the original York County Academy on North Beaver in 1787, could not have imagined the bountiful fruits born of their early seeds. But what hasn't changed over the last 237 years is a strong commitment to teaching and face-to-face interaction. Small seeds can bear surprising results. In 1969, a little girl trembled in her home on Penn Street as the Army National Guard tanks rumbled by during the riots. That little girl went on to graduate from William Penn Senior High School before serving in the Air Force and returning to serve her community. Her name is Kim, and my story is one of humble, working-class roots and one of hard work. And one of hard work, persistence, and boundless love. I had a lot of support along the way from nurturing family, friends, teachers, pastors, neighbors, coaches, and yes, even neighborhood police officers. I'm living proof that it takes a village, as the old African proverb says. I'm living proof of the American dream. As I look at your beaming faces, I know that you too are the American dream. That dream never yields, never dims, never dies. You know that life is about more than just working hard and paying the bills and getting by. You know that life has a higher moral calling. You know that our city and our greater York community ultimately will be judged not just by the strength of our businesses or the beauty of our architecture or our thriving parks and recreation. You know that we will be judged by our partnerships against poverty and our moral commitment to our next generation. In the greatest nation on this earth, each of our children and youth deserves a quality education and a fair shot at the American dream, regardless of their zip code. Education is the most effective way to break the cycle of poverty, as our former governor leader said, and for our children to achieve their full potential. But education cannot break the cycle of poverty when it is strangled by poverty itself and family dysfunctionality. We need to replace the cycle of poverty with a cycle of socioeconomic diversity that leads to opportunity, mentoring, progress, and prosperity. In the long term, our systematic network of narrow boundaries, funding inequality, and poverty warehousing needs to be creatively destroyed. This broken and tragically immoral system needs to be replaced with a redesigned paradigm of justice, fairness, and opportunity. We want a city where each young boy and girl cannot be anonymous and will not drown in a pond of poverty and instability. We want a city where it is virtually impossible for a young girl or boy to walk outside of their home without being inundated with the possibilities of hope, learning, imagination, beauty, and opportunity. We want a city where our parks, our architecture, and cathedrals of learning, such as William Penn Senior High School, York College, Penn State York, and Hack York, combined exude an undeniable ethos of pride, purpose, and productivity. We want a city where each child has his and her birthright, a quality public education, regardless of race or zip code. We want a city where there is no time for idleness, the devil's playground, because each youth is stretching his or her mind and body in real playgrounds, enriching classrooms, and life-altering libraries. We want a city where our youth vigorously work their spirits, minds, and bodies all the days so they are too tired for any wicked nonsense at night. We want a city where we recommit to values in the home, the family, the extended family, the block, the neighborhood, our places of worship, the village, and yes, in you. Friends, we have a city where many dwelling places are reserved for you. We have a city where special places are prepared just for you. So you can make a difference and be part of something special that is bigger than oneself, something noble, something righteous, something revolutionary. We want a city whose many houses become a unified, many-splendored home. Together we are the home of industry and innovation. Together we are the home of creativity unleashed. Together we are the home of the one York, indivisible in humaneness, equality, and opportunity for all. Together we are Bearcats. Together we are Spartans. Together we are moving York forward. Together we are the York comeback. Together we are the York Revolution. Together we are all Americans. We are all Yorkers who believe in justice, who believe in opportunity, and who believe in the mounting momentum of a dream. That dream is within you. That dream is within me. That dream can only be seeded and seized in our thriving home of the free. So let it be, let it be, let it be. And I thank you for your attention tonight. May God bless you. May God bless your college. And may God bless our York. Thank you all so very much. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you so very much. We are, if you would please join me in welcoming to the stage York College Student Senate incoming President, David Gonzalez, to help me present our White Rose Awards. Hello. Do you want to turn that around?
Okay, thank you. Good evening. Now to the awards portion of our program. This evening, 3 individuals will be honored that have made exceptional contributions through their extraordinary talents. First, Dr. George Waldner has served as the president of York College of Pennsylvania since 1991 and will be retiring this year after 22 years of dedication. Setting a standard of excellence in academia, the tremendous growth of York College under Dr. Waldner's leadership is unparalleled in the history of this institution, whether measured in terms of bricks or mortar, or new and advanced academic offerings. Campus enrollment has increased and the campus has expanded to 175 acres. York College has become the little engine that could, and did so with Dr. Waldner as engineer during the past 22 years of exceptional growth. This evening, Dr. George Waldner is honored as the recipient of the White Rose Award for Education. Will President Waldner please come to the stage?
There it is. Thank you, sir, so very much. I think that's kind of nice there. Really good up you folks. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Next, York's very own Loretta Claiborne is a world-class Special Olympics runner and gifted motivational speaker. Her personal story carries a message of hope and tolerance for all people that has inspired individuals past the boundaries of York and to the communities of the world. Loretta was unable to walk or talk until age 4. Eventually, though, she began to run, and before she knew it, she had crossed the finish line of 25 marathons, twice placing among the top 100 women in the Boston Marathon. She's carried the torch in the International Special Olympics and is a celebrated athlete who was honored in 1996 with ESPN's ESPN Arthur Ashe Award for Courage. However, Loretta will tell you that the most rewarding part of her life has been her involvement with the Special Olympics. She wants to continue helping people with intellectual disabilities and physical disabilities succeed. The White Rose Award for Community is presented to Loretta Claiborne. Will Loretta Claiborne please report to the stage?
Awesome, man. You got it there like that. It's really nice. Thank you. It's awesome. You're welcome, man. Okay. All right, thank you.
And now, for the last of our 3 awards. Bruce Ahrens is a York City native and graduate of William Penn Senior High School. He began his coaching career in 1975 as a graduate assistant at Virginia Tech. Having attended and played college football at Virginia Tech, Bruce was the offensive coordinator of the Pittsburgh Steelers from 2007 to 2011. After being promoted from wide receivers coach, a position that he had held with the team since the 2004 season. He is currently the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals of the National Football League. He was the interim head coach of the Indianapolis Colts during the 2012 season when their head coach was diagnosed with leukemia. Bruce guided the Colts to a 9-3 record during his tenure and was named the 2012 AP Head Coach of the Year. Besides being a great coach, Bruce is a husband and father to a supportive and loving family. And now, a message from Bruce.
First things first. Hi, Mom. Hi, Nana. I want to thank the mayor and the people of York for this unbelievable honor. It truly is a humbling experience to be put into this situation and in this group of people who have been given this unbelievable recognition. It's truly a family honor. I want to thank my family for being there and representing me on this extremely important day. I wish I could be there with you. Papa, I know you're smiling. I know your chest is pounding right now. And it's an extremely important day for all of us in the Arians and Allen families to be given this award. Again, Mayor Bracey, thank you so much. I hope you all the success with the city. And again, thank you so much. I'm going to turn it over to my family now. Thank you.
Bruce's family is here this evening, and I would ask his family to please come to the stage to receive the White Rose Hall of Fame Award on behalf of Bruce Ahrens. Will you please report to the stage?
You came in the way I came. Awesome. I kind of like that. You're very welcome. Thank you. Did you want to say something? No. Okay. All right. Watch. Thanks. Thank you, David. We appreciate it, sir. Those awards are extremely special to me. They often are tied into, obviously, a Yorker's contribution to our city, and definitely to York High. And to have fellow alum Loretta and Bruce a part of it this year is an extreme honor. Thank you all. Congratulations as well, too. As we are celebrating our collegiate relationship tonight, I would like to thank the following current and former members of York College's Events and Promotion class, who with Professor Kelly Gibson, planned the school spirit York College, Pennsylvania loves York City. Post-reception, and no, it's not at Murph's, the post-reception, some of y'all will get it, we will enjoy shortly. Kristen Evans, Melody Siphon, Kara Snyder, Jenna Learman, Allison Stolfus, Amber Minnie, and Cora Harmon. Thank you all. Please a round of applause to these students. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, It's almost over. We're going to exit shortly to go to the second floor reception and enjoy the spoils and toils of these students' hard work. Here to escort you to the reception, I'd like to welcome and thank York County Development Center's Junkyard Drummers, who we will follow out of this facility to go upstairs. Thank you all so much.